Now, computer games have certainly come a long way from the days of Pac-Man and Space Invaders, the ones I remember. There's no getting away from the fact that it's a massive industry now, and some of the graphics are really, really superb now. There's a good chance Neston lad Daniel McCabe, though, is going to be part of the next generation of big things, because he's just won a gold in a national competition recognising his gaming skills. I've been over to meet him to find out where his passion for gaming first began.
I think just as I was growing up, it sort of emerged from, as the industry grew, I sort of grew up with it and into where I am now.
What were the first ones you got into?
It started off with quite simple games, like on the original Xbox, like Munch's Odyssey was one of them. Abe's Odyssey's probably more of a well-known one. Just, simple games made by small studios.
I mean, the graphics and the storylines in games nowadays, absolutely incredible. The technology's come on so much in the last few years. Well, what part of it all are you interested in? I'm
interested more in like the art side of it and how to actually create the games to look that, nice, make them look that beautiful. And it's an interesting and very exciting workflow to use in a day-to-day life.
How often do you play games yourself?
Almost every day, when you want to work in the industry, you need to keep on top of how it's progressing yourself. If you just disappear away from them for a few months at a time, you'll find yourself falling behind.
Because it's moving fast, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's moving so quickly, it's unbelievable. Like, 1 minute they're making tiny games, next minute they're making these huge, open world games.
Well, what's the big thing at the moment?
It's sort of dispersed out. It's more about these AAA games that all look... The games that you see on the TV and they look like real life and you're not sure if it's a film trailer or a game trailer, they're the ones that are really growing the most at the moment.
Wow. So tell us about the World Skills UK event. What did you have to do there?
Yeah, so when you make art for a game, it has to be done in a very specific way, and that stuff takes quite a lot of training. And this competition was to see who was bestly trained and who really adapted best to the new workflow and these new technologies that we hadn't seen before in our lives, to applying it in a competition. So
did they set you certain tasks to do on the day?
Yeah, so we had to make different vehicles and stuff for a game called Toy Box Turbos, and then we'd make that stuff, and the judges would judge us on how accurate to what industry professionals would be making at the time.
Wow. And you came away with a gold medal. What was that like?
That was incredible. I didn't believe it. So many talented artists there. It was unbelievable getting to speak to them all, and then we're sat around this big table at a big posh event, and then they just read out my name, and I'm like, "You're joking?" You know what I mean? I didn't quite believe that it happened.
Yeah. Where was that? Where was the event?
That was in the NEC in Birmingham.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to go and mix with these people as well, isn't it? Because these are people who've got the same mindset as you.
Yeah, exactly. And they all come at it from different angles. So I may go about making something one way, they might look at it from a different perspective, and it helps sort of merge and grow yourself as an artist going, okay, so you make a car that way, I make it this way. Well, I like what you do there, but I don't really like that. So you take things from different people's art styles and apply it to your own, and that's how you grow yourself as an artist.
Wow. Did you always do art at school and that, yeah?
I hate drawing. I can't
really?
draw. But I've always been fascinated by Photoshop and different computer drawing and stuff. I've always liked art, but I've always found myself limited by a pen and paper. So I thought maybe as these, software, as I discovered them, I went into all the computer side of art and took to it.
Who were the big artists then? Who were the big players? Who were the people you aspire to?
There's a lot of big people out there that very unknown people. There's a guy called Ryan Hawkins. He's a vehicle artist. He was at Ubisoft, and I look at his work and think that's where I want to be, making vehicles to the same standard as him. And you sort of look at studios all around and go, I look at a car in a game or a vehicle in a game and go, I wish I could make that. And then one day, hopefully, I will be able to make that.
I'm sure you will, yeah. And you're at college at the moment, Dan, so what did your tutors think about the win?
Well, they were over the moon. Straight after the competition, getting texts left, right and centre from the tutor that was there with me saying, oh my God, they're all made up, you know what I mean?
Really?
And this is at 10:30 at night. They've all stayed up to find out if we've won or not. And it was a great feeling having that much support from everybody.
Wow. Did your family go down to the NEC with you?
My family went. We were there for 3 days, and each day, different half of my family went. But unfortunately, because it was so late at night and my mum has to look after my sister, they couldn't stay for the awards ceremony, but they got told by phone.
Now, you're helping other people achieve their goals as well. What does your volunteer role involve?
There's certain days in college. I like going in on a Monday on college and helping out the first years, and I now as I've got my driver's license, hopefully I can go in more days and really help them grow as artists themselves, because there were people there for me when I was in my first year of college wanting to do these competitions, and they were always there if I ever needed help or felt limited. So I want to be that guy for them.
What sort of stuff did they ask you, Dan?
Just general questions about things they're stuck on. So they might be trying to make a part of an object in a scene and they can't create it properly, and I just go, oh, this is how you do it, and I show them and then delete it and make them do it themselves, so then they learn from it. Or just help them out with generalised workflows and stuff that you'd be expected to know in industry.
Sure. Well, what subjects in school have helped you with this then? What would you look back on and say, I'm glad I've done that because it's coming into play here for me?
I'd say if you wanted to be a character artist, PE, as unbelievable as it sounds, because in PE you learn all about anatomy and stuff like that, and it really helps you look at, instead of looking at a body and going, oh, the head's a sphere, you look at it and go, that is not a sphere, that's it's a really complicated shape as a face, you know what I mean? There's so much personality inside it. So by doing PE, you learn about all anatomy and how muscles and structure work.
Wow. So what's the big ambition then? Where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years maybe?
Hopefully, I'll have a job in industry working on some games with a small, maybe to medium-sized studio, just doing stuff I love.
And I walked in today to some good news. You passed your test today, didn't you?
Yeah, I passed my driving test. I was made up.
Yeah.
Would have came into this interview a little less happy. But either way, it's made up to be here.
Well, listen, many congratulations on what you've done so far, Daniel, and good luck with your future.
Thank you very much, Sean.
Cheers, Dan. Cracking lad, and it has now changed when you think about the early computer games, Remember that tennis one? You just had the one bat and the thing go beep, beep, and go into the other corner, then they bat it back. It's like watching a film now, but a nice lad with a big future in the business, Daniel McCabe there, and once again, many congratulations, because he passed his test yesterday. What a good feeling that is.